Pro-Kanċillier, il-Perit Carmenu Vella, Proretturi, il-Professur Tanja Samud Boniciu, il-Professur Frank Bezzina, Rettur Emeritus, il-Professur Juanito Camilleri, Sinjuri, merħba għal din iċ-ċeremonja ta' gradwazzjoni, 18 il-waħda minn sensiela ta' 25 ta' gradwazzjonijiet fil-livell postgraduate. Huwa ta' sodisfazzjon għall-Università li nħabbru li ser jiggradwaw aktar minn 2600 student f'din is-sezzjoni ta' gradwazzjonijiet għas-snin 2020-21-22. Fosthom hemm 113 il-dottorat li minnhom 88 huma dottorati ta' riċerka fuq sma varji. Nibdew iċ-ċerimonja billi nistieden lir-Reverend Dr. Paul Xiberras mill-Fakultà ta' Teoloġija biex indirizzana.
Pro-Chancellor, Rector, Pro-Rectors, colleagues, graduates, distinguished guests. The account of the Hebrew people regaining freedom from slavery in the foreign land of Egypt in the 13th century before Common Era is a gripping account indeed. But does it bear any relevance to our own world of jet traveling and robotics? The biblical myth of a gigantic fish swallowing the insubordinate Jonah, who was reluctant to serve God in a foreign country, seems pretty far removed from the current experience of fixing internet connections for hybrid lectures. Little wonder then that in the 18th century, the French Enlightenment philosopher Voltaire predicted that in 100 years' time, the Bible would have passed into the mists of history as people became more liberated and enlightened. To this unverified prophecy, the eminent academic and pastor, Cardinal Carlo Maria Martini, remarked, "In Scripture, God speaks to human beings about human beings in human language." It is for this reason that the Bible is relevant to daily human experience. Now, one of the major concerns of our country is the issue of immigration. What does the Bible say about this global phenomenon? Should we show hospitality and solidarity to foreigners and strangers who visit us either by boat or by plane? The Gospel of John seems to put into sharp relief the concept of God as a stranger among those with whom he feels so much at home. This notion of a stranger God is articulated as follows in the fourth Gospel. In the beginning was the Word. He was in the world, yet the world did not know him. He came to what was his own, and his own people did not accept him. Sacred Scripture whets our curiosity as to how God dealt with this paradox. And the Word was made flesh and pitched his tent among us. Although he felt like a stranger at home, he showed deep solidarity with those who did not recognize him. Precisely in that vestige, God in Jesus Christ became like us in everything. Though treated as a stranger and foreigner when becoming a world citizen, God incarnate restored the dignity of those who were destitute, outcast, and marginalized. The stranger God in Jesus Christ has become the epitome of solidarity and hospitality to strangers and foreigners. God was a stranger among men, but it was among them that he took his delight. Hence his incomprehension when human beings ostracize their fellow human beings. That is also the reason why he could proffer to his people not an invitation, but a command to respect the dignity of foreigners and the strangers. You shall not wrong or oppress a resident alien, for you were aliens in the land of Egypt. Closer to home, it was the Barbaroi, who so heartily welcomed the apostle to the Gentiles when he was shipwrecked on a foreign island. And was it not the same Barbaroi who bestowed many honors on the foreigners, and who, when the latter were about to sail, supplied all provisions they needed? A stranger in many ways himself, being a Pharisee, that is, separated, a stone Jew, yet an apostle to the Gentiles, Paul once wrote, "In his flesh he has made both groups into one, and has broken down the dividing wall, that is, the hostility between us. He has abolished the law with his commandments and ordinances, that he might create in himself one new humanity in place of the two, thus making peace, and might reconcile both groups to God in one body through the cross, thus putting to death that hostility through it." And does not the issue of the cross fit like a glove into our theme? The cross was invented around 350 before Common Era by the Persians, who were foreigners to the Romans and to the Jews. The Roman rulers who hanged the Galilean were foreigners among the Hebrews. The one who carried Jesus' cross to the skull was a Libyan from Cyrene. It was an oppressive pagan and Roman centurion who declared him not only dead, but also truly the Son of God. In a nutshell, a foreign God who dwelt at home with human beings feels so much at home with both insiders and outsiders alike. Inclusion, solidarity, hospitality, and welcoming are no strangers to the chronicles of the Bible. Pope Francis' address to the members of the diplomatic corps, accredited to the Holy See, delivered only last January, reflects these biblical insights on respect, hospitality, and solidarity to strangers and foreigners. "I am aware," says Francis, "of the difficulties that some states encounter in the face of a large influx of people. No one can be asked to do what is impossible for them. Yet, there is a clear difference between accepting, albeit in a limited way, and rejecting completely." The President of the European Parliament, Dr. Roberta Metsola, has long sought a reform of the EU's asylum and migration rules and to obtain the support of a majority of MEPs for an effective, compassionate policy that respects the life of all who embark on a difficult journey for a better life. President Metsola laments, however, that so far successes in this field have been few and far between. In the Metsola report concerning the setting up of the European Border and Coast Guard, presented last February, the President of the European Parliament insists that Europe needs a holistic, balanced approach that takes into consideration legitimate security concerns, but at the same time also moral obligations in putting humanity first in equal measure. We must be fair with those in need of protection, firm with those who do not, and harsh with those who seek to exploit the most vulnerable. President Metsola concludes, "Migration is above all a human issue, and we can never lose sight of the fact that behind every statistic lies a life, dreams, and hope for a better future." Sacred scripture can serve as a source of inspiration to today's thorny socio-political issues. When we become conscious and conscientious of the humanity of immigrants and express towards them sincere attitudes of respect and solidarity, we are in truth welcoming the stranger God. Thank you.
Nistedinkom issa tisimgħu l-indirizz tar-rappreżentanta tal-gradwati, is-Sinjura Christine Gallia, li se tingħata l-grad ta' Master of Arts in Matrimonial Canon Law and Jurisprudence mill-Fakultà tat-Teoloġija.
Pro-Chancellor, Pro-Rectors, Rector Emeritus, Members of Council and Senate, Deans, Members of the Academic Body, distinguished guests and fellow graduates from the Faculties of Theology and Health Sciences, Merhaba, and congratulations on your achievements, which together we are celebrating today. It is indeed a privilege for me to be addressing you all on this memorable occasion. It is demanding to read for a master's degree when one works full-time and also copes with after-office duties as a grandmother of 5 children, as I do. But it is possible. Theology has been my home faculty from the day I enrolled as an undergraduate student to read for a bachelor's degree in 2004. Since that time, I have never looked back, and my enthusiasm for learning is as alive as it was 18 years ago. I imagine that there are those among us who may be considered to be lifelong learners. Whether we are pursuing individual growth or interests, or chasing professional ambitions, our ongoing education enables us to achieve personal fulfillment and satisfaction. Our university is testimony to the immeasurable value of lifelong learning and encourages the voluntary pursuit of knowledge and skills, be it for personal or professional reasons. I can fully attest to this. As a full-time employee of the University of Malta since 2010, I have had the opportunity to read not for 1, but for 2 master's degrees. In both instances, I received financial incentives from the institution and was also afforded study leave, with full cooperation of the Human Resources Directorate and the Faculty of Arts, where I am the administrator of 2 departments. To them, I am deeply indebted, not least of all to the members and staff of the Faculty of Theology, who accompanied me on the path of my tertiary educational journey. Since the students graduating today hail from 2 different faculties, I would like to share briefly 3 specific points, which I feel are pivotal with regards to the nature of our respective studies. The first is that both areas offer opportunities for healing and growth. Indeed, science and theology are among the most powerful forces which shape our human culture. Each, in its own way, is a source of meaning and morals. Each, in its own way, offers a source of healing and growth for those who are hurting. They do this from different perspectives. Spiritually and ethically in the case of theology, physiologically and mentally in the case of the health sciences. Yet theology and science can never ignore each other, and together they must engage in dialogue without either losing its particular identity. The human person is ailed in all sorts of ways, but illness afflicts not only a person's corporeality, but also other areas of his or her life. Marriage is one of these fields, and since this is my area of study, I would like to draw upon it as an example. Those among us who are married know just how difficult it is to sustain the marital relationship. We do our utmost to communicate effectively, to reach our goals as a couple, to love unconditionally, to be faithful to one another. In spite of this, marriages do fail. There's no sugarcoating it. Sometimes through our own fault, sometimes because of influences which are beyond our control. And when this happens, we hurt. Yet, if we seek the right assistance and develop healthy coping strategies, we can safely embark on the road to recovery. It is certainly not my intention to speak in a negative tone on such a happy occasion as this, but rather simply to draw a parallel between the studies in our respective disciplines. The health sciences may shed light on how to cope emotionally and physiologically with marital breakdown in order to restore a person's mental and well-being. Theology, through canon law, provides a tool for those persons whose marriage has failed and who wish to move on to build another relationship. In both areas, those who are hurting may seek and find professionals who are qualified and adequately trained, who are caring, prepared to listen and offer advice. I have no doubt that this is the case with the health professionals, but I can certainly vouch for the personnel working at the ecclesiastical tribunals, where I had the opportunity to attend for some practicum sessions in the course of my studies, with respect to the judicial processes regulating marriage nullity cases. My second point focuses on the necessity of reaching out towards the truth. The great Catholic educator and scholar John Henry Newman, author of the visionary book The Idea of a University, published in 1852, believed that education must be directed at the whole person, not merely towards forming students for predetermined professional slots. Education, he wrote, trains the intellect to reason well in all matters, to reach out towards the truth and to grasp it. I believe truth is pivotal in the health science profession. Honest evaluation of the case in hand, the moral commitment of good practitioners, and the sharing of truthful information between the practitioner and the patient are inseparable factors in clinical practice. Truth is definitely just as fundamental in marriage nullity cases. Just as a conception of truth is apt for the knowledge that arises in the clinic, so too the objective of the annulment proceedings is to search for the truth, which, to quote Pope Francis, must characterize every stage of the process. The openness to the truth leads to the recognition that both fields, theology and science, are in touch with something real, the human person, who may be suffering in some form or another, and whose life situation or trauma brings him or her into contact with us, who have been trained to help them. Finally, I wish to highlight the importance of radiating empathy and compassion in all that we do. The study of matrimonial canon law is an interesting and interdisciplinary one, but above all, it is a journey of learning how to be pastorally oriented, wise, empathic, and above all, compassionate. I am sure that my fellow graduates from the health sciences will say the same thing about their own area of expertise. I would like to think that in the process of our studies, we have all become capable of discerning true compassion towards the acts and standpoints of those who are hurting, not only because we have been trained to do so, but because we are truly human. This is what our society needs today: more tenderness, more empathy, more compassion. To quote Pope Francis once again, there must always be an understanding for people who suffer. This cannot be oversold. It is critical to our lives and professions if we are to live and serve in a world in which humanity can thrive. With regards to this understanding, we, fellow graduates, are privileged to have been provided with one of the key tools to cultural transformation as an outcome of our journey at university. Are we going to share this privilege with those people we are called upon to help and serve? Thank you, dear distinguished members, staff, and guests, particularly our families who regrettably are not seated with us in this hall today. We appreciate your precious support and patient companionship over the last few years. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate our achievements.
Loti tal-gradi ta' Master of Science fil-Fakultà tax-Xjenza tas-Saħħa. Master of Science. Preklarissimi kandidati. Plaquit autoritatibus universitati moderande. Prefectus dignos vos declarare. Qui laurea insignibus decoremini. Sponsor, Dr. Stephen Lungaro Mifsud.
Tuum in conspectum, magnifice rector, adducimos os lectissimos candidatos, omnibus laurea insignibus more istutoque maiorum Mateo honestandos, qui, a consiliaris ad senatoribus uius universitatis dignissimus presentati, temox rogabunt ut, tibi attributa potestate, eos magistros reunties, atque in eos modi, censu cooptatus ad scriptosque nomines atque edicas.
Amy Bonnici. Amy Bonnici ġiet l-ewwel fil-kors bil-qasam tal-istudju tagħha ikun Mental Health Nursing.
Utitaque Deus exoratus vertat bene, nobis attribuita auctoritate. Te magistrum eure censeri esse quo optimum sunt creati alia decimus e pronunciamus. Tibique omnibus honoribus cum laurea conjunctis fruendi et utendi facultatem facimus. Capeam collati tibi ic dignitates ornamenta, equidilla institutum majorum portende intellige. Gestas hic toga manc, ut nutrit omne te magistrorum collegium electum esse. Si tibi liberalus hic, pileus velutu ornamentum valorem, quod dominantur post certament victores. Quant opera veta dignitate adeptan toitus academici coetus, nomine gratulemur testatur tibi hic nosteram plexus.
Applied Biomedical Science, Maria Cini Mazzini. In absentia, Lenia Muscat. Clinical Biomechanics, Roxanne Ajus. Sarah Perrin. Health Services Management, Valerie Abela. Catherine Mamo. Health Systems Management and Leadership, Stephanie Bonello. Mark Camilleri. Nadia Cilia. Marlene Desira. Jessica Mifsud. Andrea Spiteri Paris. Alexia Pauline Tabone. Lorraine Tabone. Dorothy Zamit. Mental Health Nursing, Maria Abela. Ruth Abela. Gary Brinkat. Margarita Buttigieg. Martina Kirkop. Christy Compton. Ernie Chris Farrugia. Bernice Grech. Nicholas Schkembri. In absentia Danica Tonna. Nursing, Monique Attard. Sheldon Attard. Janet Caruana. Feroz Ahmed Shandio. Maria Farrugia. Nicolette Gauci. Daniela Mangion. Jasmine Montebello. Leighton Spiteri. Mignon Vella. Physiotherapy, Christina Desira. Podiatry, Natalie Schembri. Radiography, in absentia Ola Attart. Master of Science in Medical Physics. Preclarissimi candidati, plaquet autoritatibus universitati moderande, prefectes dignos vos declarare, qui laurea insignibus decoremini. Sponsor, Dr. Stephen Lungaro Mifsud.
Tuum in conspectum, magnifice rector, adducimus os lectissimos candidatos, omnibus laurea insignibus, mores tutoque maiorum ateon estandos, qui a consiliaris et senatoribus uius universitatis dinissimus presentati, temox rogabunt ut, tibi attributa potestate, eos magistros renunties, atque in eus modi, censu cooptatos adscriptosque, nominos atque edicas.
Katrina Vella. Katrina Vella ġiet l-ewwel fil-kors tagħha.
Utitaque Deus, exoratus vertat bene, nobis attributa auctoritate. Te magistrum eure censeri esse co optimum sunt creati alia decimus e pronunciamus. Tubiqui omnibus honoribus cum laurea conjunctis, fruendi et utendi facultatem facimus. Capeam collata tibi dignitate ornamenta, equidilla instituto maiorum, portende intellige. Gesta sic toga manc, ut nutri omnes te in magistrum collegium alectum esse. Si tibi liberalis peleo sic, veluti ornamentum laureum, quod donabantur post certament victores. Quant opera vero te dignitate adeptum toitus academici, coetus nomine goaturemur testatur tibi ic nosteram plexus.
Abigail Poulen. Giulia Vella. Ser nifqu għal ftit minuti mill-loti ta' ċertifikati biex nisimgħu lil Malta Visual and Performing Arts School Clarinet Quartet. Nkomplu issa bloti ta' ċertifikati. Loti tal-gradi fil-Fakultà tat-Teoloġija. Master in Theology. Preklarissimi kandidati. Plaquit autoritatibus universitati moderande. Prefectes dignos vos declarare. Qui lauream sinimus decoremini. Sponsor, Reverend Dr. Stefano Tart.
Tum in conspectum magnifica rector, adducimus hos lectissimos candidatos, omnibus laure insignibus, more institutoque maiorum a te honestandos, qui a consiliaris et senatoribus huius universitatis dignissimis presentati, te mox rogabunt ut, tibi attributa potestate, eos magistros renuncies, atque in eos modi censu cooptatos adscriptosque nomines atque edicas.
Jean-Claude Attard. Jean-Claude Attard ġie l-ewwel fil-kors.
Utitaque Deus, exoratus vertat bene, nobis attributa auctoritate. Te magistrum meu iero censeri, e esseco optimum sunt creati, alle decimus e pronunciamus, tibiqui omnibus honoribus, cum laurea conjunctis, fruendi et utendi facultatem facimus. Capiam collatia, tibi dignitatis ornamenta, e quid illi institu majorum portende intellige. Gesta sic togam anc, ut nutrit omnes te in magistrorum collegium alectum es. Sit tibi liberalis pleusic, valuti ornamenta laureum, quo donabantur post certamen vectores. Quant opero vero tene dignitate, adeptem totus academicis, troetus nomine gratulemur testatur tibi ex nosteram plexus.
Sean Abela. In absentia, Mark Xikluna. Ian Zammit Poli. Master of Arts in Bioethics, Karl Kutayar. Master of Arts in Catholic School Leadership. Preclarissimi candidati, plaquet autoritatibus universitati moderande, prefectes dignos vos declarare, qui laurea insignibus decoremini. Sponsor Reverend Dr. Stefan Attard.
Tum in conspectum magnifice rector, adducimus hos lectissimos candidatos, omnibus laureae insignibus more institutoque maiorum a te honestandos, qui a consiliaris et senatoribus huius universitatis dignissimis presentati, te mox rogabunt ut tibi attributa potestate eos magistros renuncies, atque in eus modi censu cooptatos adscriptosque nomines atque edicas.
Sera Vassallo. Sera Vassallo ġiet l-ewwel fil-kors.
Utitaque Deus, exoratus vertat bene, nobis attribuita auctoritate. Te magistrum iuris inseri, e esseco optimum sunt creati alli. Et decimus et pronunciamus, tibiqui omnibus honoribus cum laurea conjunctis, fruendi et utendi facultatem facimus. Capiam collate tibi dignitatis ornamenta, et quid illa instituto majorum portende intellige. Gesta sic togam anc, ut nurit omnes te in magistrorum collegium alectum esse. Si tibi liberalis pileus sic, veluti ornamentum laureum quo donabantur post certamen victores. Quant opero veria dignitate, adepta in totus academicis, troetus nomine gratulemur testatur tibi hic nosteram plexus.
Yasmin Marie Bayada. Pierre Bellia. Neville Brinkau. John Buzuttil. Ruth Kalleja. Ninette Marie de Guara. Deborah Jane Galia Cornish. Annabella Gauci. Lizanne Lebrun. Dorian Mercia. Josette Josefa Spiteri. Johan Tabone. Master of Arts in Matrimonial Canon Law and Jurisprudence. Preclarissimi candidati. Placuit autoritatibus universitati moderande. Prefectos dignos vos declarare. Qui laurea insignibus decoremini. Sponsor, Reverend Dr. Stefan Attart.
Tum in conspectum magnifica rector adducimus hos lectissimos candidatos omnibus laureae insignibus more institutoque maiorum a te honestandos qui a consiliaris et senatoribus huius universitatis dignissimis presentati te mox rogabunt ut tibi attributa potestate eos magistros renuncies atque in eus modi censu cooptatos adscriptosque nomines atque edicas.
Christine Galia. Christine Galia ġiet l-ewwel fil-kors.
Utitaque Deus exoratus vertat bene, nobis attributa auctoritate. Te magistram eulierus sinceri esse quod optimum sunt creati, alie decimus e pronunciamus, tubiqui omnibus honoribus. Cum laurea conjunctis fruendi et utendi facultatem facimos. Capiam collate tidi dignitatis ornamenta, et quidi la instituto maiorum portende intellige. Gesta sic togam anc, ut nutrit omnes te in magistrorum collegium alectum esse. Sit tibi liberalis pleus ic veluti ornamentum laureum, quod donabantur post certamen victores. Quanto pro vero tene dignitate adepta in totius academicis, coetus nomine gratulemur testatur tibi ic mosteram plexus.
In absentia, Frank Luke Matthew Attard Camilleri. Mandy Vella. Master of Arts in Religious Studies. In absentia, Martin Musumeci. Master of Arts in Spiritual Companionship. Preclarissimi candidati, placuit autoritatibus universitati moderande, prefectes dignos vos declarare, qui laurea insignibus decoremini. Sponsor, Reverend Dr. Stefan Attard.
Tum in conspectum magnifice rector adducimus hos lectissimos candidatos, omnibus lauree insignibus more institutoque maiorum a te honestandos, qui a consiliaris et senatoribus huius universitatis dignissimis presentati, te mox rogabunt ut tibi attributa potestate, eos magistros renuncies, atque in eus modi censu cooptatus adscriptosque nomines atque edicas.
Lorraine Tabone ġiet l-ewwel fil-kors.
Utitaque Deus, exoratus vertat bene, nobis attribita auctoritate. Te magistrum eo iure censeri esse quo optimum sunt creati alli, adecimus e pronunciamus. Tibique omnibus honoribus cum laure, conjunctis fruendi et utendi facultatiam facimus. Capiam collatiae tibi dignitatis ornamenta, equidilla institutum maiorum portande intellige. Gesta sic togam anc ut nurit omnes te in magistrorum collegium alectum esse. Sit tibi liberalus peleo sic velluti ornamentum laureum quo donabantur post certamen victores. Quant opera vero tete dignitate, adeptio in totius ad academicis, coetus nomenu gratulemur testatur tibi ic nostram plexus. Prosit.
Joanne Buhajar Fiot. Rachel Camilleri. Marta Maria Dimek. In absentia, Annabel Khalil. Maurizio Lapira. Master of Arts in Spirituality. Preclarissimi candidati, placuit autoritatibus universitati moderande, prefectes dignos vos declarare, qui laurea insignibus decoremini. Sponsor, Reverend Dr. Stefan Attard.
Tum in conspectum magnifice rector adducimus hos lectissimos candidatos, omnibus lauree insignibus more institutoque maiorum a te honestandos, qui a consiliaris et senatoribus huius universitatis dignissimis presentati, te mox rogabunt ut tibi attributa potestate eos magistros renuncies, atque in eus modi censu cooptatos adscriptosque nomines atque edicas.
Robert Falzon ġie l-ewwel fil-kors.
Utitaque Deus, exoratus vertat bene, nobis attributa auctoritate. te maiustrum eu juris censeri, e esse quo optimum sunt creati alia decimus e pronunciamus. Tibique omnibus honoribus cum laurea conjunctis fruendi et utendi facultatem facimus. Capeam collate tibi dignitatis ornamenta, acquidilla instituto maiorum portende intellige. Gesta sic togam anc, ut nutrit omnes te in magistrorum collegium alectum esse. Si tibi liberalis pileusic veluti ornamentum laureum, quod donabantur post certamen victores. Quant opere vero tene dignitate adeptum totius academicis, Coetus nomine gratulemur testatur tibi ic nostram plexus.
Sharon Bonnici. Warren James Borch Beyer. Jacqueline Schembri. Master of Arts in Theology. Preclarissimi candidati, plaquet autoritatibus universitati moderande, prefectes dignos vos declarare, qui laurea insignibus decoremini, sponsor Reverend Dr. Stefan Attarz.
Tuum in conspectum magnifice rector adducimus hos lectissimos candidatos omnibus laureae insignibus more institutoque maiorum a te honestandos, qui a consiliaris et senatoribus huius universitatis dignissimis presentati, te mox rogabunt ut tibi attributa potestate, eos magistros renuncies, atque in eus modi censu cooptatos adscriptosque nomines atque edicas.
Kay Elizabeth Buttigieg. Kay Elizabeth Buttigieg ġiet l-ewwel fil-kors tagħha.
Utitaque Deus exoratus vertat bene, nobis attributa auctoritate. Te magistram eure censeri esse quo optimum sunt creati, alia decimus e pronunciamus. Tibiqui omnibus honoribus cum laurea conjunctis, fruendi et utendi, facultatem facimus. Capeam collate tibi dignitatis ornamenta, et quid illa instituto maiorum portende intellige. Gesta sic togam anc, ut nutrit omnes te in magistrorum colliemu, alectum esse. Sit tibi liberalis pileo sic veluti ornamentum laureum, condominabantur post certamen victores. Quant opere vero te de dignitate adeptum totus academicis, coetus nomine gratulemur testatur tibi ic nostram plexus.
Jane Bezzina. Master of Arts in Youth Ministry. Preclarissimi candidati, plaquet autoritatibus universitati moderande, prefectes dignos vos declarare, qui laurea insignibus decoremini, sponsor Reverend Dr. Stefan Attarz.
Tuum in conspectum magnifice rector adducimus hos lectissimos candidatos omnibus laureae insignibus, more institutoque maiorum a te honestandos, qui a consiliaris et senatoribus huius universitatis dignissimis presentati, te mox rogabunt ut tibi attributa potestate eos magistros renuncies, atque in eus modi censu cooptatos adscriptosque nomines atque edicas.
Deborah De Bono. Deborah De Bono ġiet l-ewwel fil-kors tagħha.
This is well known, so enjoy. Utitaque Deus, exoratus vertat bene, nobis attributa auctoritate. Te magistram euero censeri, esse quo optimum sunt creati alli, et decimus et pronunciamus. Tibique omnibus honoribus, cum laurea conjunctis, fruendi et utendi facultatem facimus. Capiam collate tibi dignitatis ornamenta, et quid illa instituto maiorum portende intellige. Gissa sic togam anc, ut norit omnes te magistrorum collegium alectum esse. Si tibi liberalis pilerus hic, veluti ornamentum laureum quo donabantur post certamen victores. Quant opere veritene dignitati adepta in totius academicis, quo etus nomine gratulemur testatur tibi hic nostram plexus.
Brandon Lee Caruana. Benjamin Flores Martin. Christian Mintoff. Licentiate in Sacred Theology. Preclarissimi candidati. Placuit autoritatibus universitati moderande. Prefectes dignos vos declarare. Qui laurea insignibus decoremini. Sponsor Reverend Dr. Stefan Attart.
Tum in conspectum magnifice rector, adducimus hos lectissimos candidatos omnibus laurea insignibus, more institutoque maiorum a te honestandos, qui a consiliaris et senatoribus huius universitatis dignissimis presentati, te mox rogabuntur tibi attributa potestate eos magistros renuncias, atque in eus modi censu cooptatos adscriptosque nomines atque edicas.
Osmar Baldacchino. Osmar Baldacchino ġi l-ewwel fil-kors.
Utitaque Deus, exoratus vertat bene, nobis attributa auctoritate. Te magistrum ieri censeri, esse quo optimum sunt creati allia decimus et pronunciamus. Tibiqui omnibus honoribus cum laurea conjunctis frevendi et utendi facultem facimus. Capiam collate tibi dignitatis ornamenta et quid illa instituto maiorum portende intellige. Gessa sic togam anc et nutrit omnes te in magistrorum collegium alectum esse. Sit tibi liberalis pileus hic veluti ornamentum laureum quo donabantur post certamen victores. Quanto per vero tene dignitate adeptus in totis academici, coetus nomine gratulemur testatur tibi hic nostram plexus.
David Borch. Christopher Bugeja. In absentia Lazarus Maloya, Vito Milandile. Christian Muscat. In absentia Jennifer Wahu Thomas. Issa nitlob lil gradwati l-ġodda jqumu bil-wifqa biex flimkien ngħidu l-affermazzjoni. Jiena nilqa l-unuri u l-privileġġi mogħtija lili llum. Jiena nwiet li nħaddimhom b'responsabbiltà għas-servizz tas-soċjetà u li nagħmel hekk skont il-liġi u l-Kostituzzjoni ta' Malta. U fil-waqt li jien membru tal-Korp Akademiku tal-Università ta' Malta, nagħti kelma sħiħa li nimxi dejjem skont il-liġijiet u r-regolamenti tagħha. Fisem l-Università nifraħ il-gradwati l-ġodda u lill-familji tagħkom f'din l-okkażjoni. Proset. Imiss issa l-innu Malti. Nitlobkom tibqgħu bil-wifqa sakemm joħorġu l-prokanċillier, il-proretturi, ir-rettur emeritus u l-korp akademiku.